Alright, let's talk about something the next generation Xbox. Yeah, you heard that right. In 2025, we're already hearing about a next-gen Xbox, and people are actually excited about it. Have we completely lost the plot? Have we hit some kind of gaming industry amnesia where we forgot what the current generation is even supposed to be? And for years, what did we get? A bunch of cross-generational games that were still shackled to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. We're only just now starting to see games fully built for this generation, games that aren't being held back by last-gen hardware. And yet, here we are, already hyping up the next console. Can we just be real for a second? This generation was rushed. It launched in the middle of a pandemic when developers were struggling just to keep projects afloat. The PS4 and Xbox One still had life left in them. But nope, they had to push the new consoles out because that's what the market expected. And what did we get? A few graphical upgrades, some better frame rates, but fundamentally the same experiences we could have had on last-gen hardware. Now we're already talking about moving on? To what exactly? We're still getting Xbox One games in 2025, and you're telling me we need another console? What does that even mean for Series X owners? The console isn't even close to being maxed out yet, and we're throwing it aside for something else? And let's be honest, the whole biggest technical leap ever claim? I have my doubts. What are we actually talking about here? Are we really expecting some mind-blowing graphical revolution, or is this just another step toward a PC-in-a-box strategy? Microsoft has already blurred the lines between console and PC, so what's stopping them from going full hybrid? This raises a bigger issue. What are console gamers even excited about anymore? Is it about the games, or is it just about the hardware? Back in the day, new consoles meant generational leaps. You went from the PS1 to the PS2 and saw things that were literally impossible before. The SNES to the N64, whole new dimensions of gaming. Now, it's incremental. It's higher resolution, better lighting, maybe some AI-driven NPCs. Is that really worth jumping ship to a new system for? And let's not ignore the fact that game development has changed. It takes years, sometimes half a decade or more, to make a single AAA title. We're still waiting on major franchises to drop on the Series X, and you're telling me we're already moving on? How does that make sense? Then there's Xbox itself. Microsoft has been all over the place. One minute they're saying everything is an Xbox, making Game Pass their main focus. The next, they're launching new hardware while simultaneously putting their exclusives on PlayStation. What's the strategy here? If Xbox is just an ecosystem, why do we even need another console? If they're serious about pushing forward, why aren't they fully committing to exclusives? This is the problem when competition starts to fade. Back in the Xbox 360 versus PS3 days, console wars actually meant something. Companies were fighting tooth and nail to bring out the best games, push the best experiences. Now, it's all corporate strategy, market positioning, and subscription services. The passion is being replaced with business models. This generation isn't even close to hitting its full potential, and we're already being told to get hyped for what's next. I'm not buying it, literally and figuratively. Until I see a legitimate reason for new hardware, until I see that we've actually pushed the limits of what we have now, I'm not getting excited. And if you disagree, hey, express yourself. Just because something is happening doesn't mean it makes sense. Let's not let the hype train run off the rails before we've even enjoyed the station we're at. What do you think? Are you ready for the next-gen Xbox? Or do you think this is way too soon? Let me know in the comments, and let's have a real discussion.